Hey guys, I'm just waiting for some of y'all to get in here. Hope everybody's having a good night. Don't have him here making a lot of noise. Never mind. Hey, whoever's watching. Sorry, I'm trying to get my other device set up so I can read the comments and everything. What did I just do? Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, sis. Y'all doing alright tonight? Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Trying to get this thing to work. Tonight's gonna be interesting, guys. Well, I think, anyway. Hey, Duo, I love you. Hope you're feeling better. Hold on, I'm getting my notes turned over right. We got a little young guy in jail up there now that's being harassed and bullied by COs. You're welcome, sweetheart. Everybody having a good weekend? God, I look a mess. Hey, Bubba. Well, it's saying only you're watching, Bub, I guess. I don't know where everybody went. There she is. It's just showing me that there's one person in here. They're not saying 5. So who's the other 2? Oh, I didn't turn that down. Alright, I had turned it down to start on the other one. Oh Lord, Bubba. It's always fun. I don't miss those days. Which I'm up at that time, so. Well, I'm just gonna go over a little bit about the jail to begin with, like when they was built and all that, and then we'll get into this little guy's story. I'm not gonna use nobody's names or anything because he's still fighting his case. So, let's see if I can read my own writing tonight. Okay. It said that the jail was built in 1994, and it was served 7. Oh, sorry guys. Served 7 counties in the southeastern part of West Virginia. Hey Alexis, sweetheart, how you doing? And that its key features are inmate housing, correct, to provide. It says it provides housing for individuals incarcerated at its facility, and the correctional programs. Individuals have access to educational and vocational programs, and rehabilitation skills and development. Then it says it has health care services. That's a joke. Tell Kevin I said hi. And, because we know that because of my son. But it says that the jail offers medical and mental health services for individuals that's incarcerated. And it says that family and friends can visit, of course, but it's once a month, unless otherwise specified. And it's during, their hours or whatever. Now, this next part, it cracked me up whenever I was reading it. It said that the jail's mission statement is to ensure safety of the public, staff, and the individual that's incarcerated at its facility by maintaining a safe and secure, humane facility for everyone that's at Southern Regional. It said, and to provide incarcerated individuals opportunities for self-improvement and rehabilitation by participating in their educational programs. Hey Wayne, how are you? Yeah, I'm making it, sweetheart. And then it says that their commitment to the citizens and elected officials of West Virginia. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I've got it muted for a second. All right, and it says that they for the hired for new hires that they train and develop staff who are imbued in ethical and professionalism standards with personal integrity, dignity, and respect for others, regardless of their station in life right now. That and it says that they like to instill their employees with a sense of responsibility and accountability. That's a lie. For the people that's incarcerated, and so they take pride in their services to the public and strive to perform their duties and in a manner that will be beyond reproach, reflect upon obedience of the laws and of the state and regional jail authorities. And it says that they know they are responsible for individuals that are incarcerated at their facilities, but they don't hold themselves accountable. Just make sure anybody asks no questions or nothing yet. Okay. Um, and their business statement is just to be recognized as a leader in professionalism and the jail administration, and to maintain their leadership by being able to move to the forefront while adapting to change. All right. Does anybody have anything they want to ask me or anything before I go on to telling this little young man's story? Oh shit! Shoot! My bad. It just started toppling over, taking its own little joyride, I guess. Oh, this phone's gonna fall, guys. If it does, I'm sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad. Sorry. I disappeared for a minute, I know. It's gonna be one of them nights, I guess. Alright, well, I'm not going to, like I said, I didn't even write his name in my notes or nothing because I don't want to throw his name out there, because he's still fighting this case. It just happened in November. So, but, anyways, well, and his wife's the one who I've been communicating with for the last few days. And she said that he has told her, what all led up to him being arrested or whatever is that they had a friend to pass away from an overdose, and that the guy that had passed away, that his nephew showed up at their house and thought that this young man had something to do with his friend passing, and he was at their door with several other people and some peacekeepers, and was hollering, making threats, against their lives and everything, and trying to get him to open the door. They just wouldn't open the door because they had his little young baby there too. And just so happened one of their friends showed up while all this was going on, and this dummy they're trying to get this young man out of the house holds him at the peacekeeper, holds the peacekeeper on him and was, telling him that he needed to come outside or he was going to control alt delete his friend or his guest that had just showed up. So I guess that went on, for like 30, 45 minutes or whatever. And it surprised me that the laws didn't get called. But they said that after it was all said and done or whatever and they left, that he got to thinking about it, and the guy that was making the threats, he has a pretty bad reputation around here, and is known to follow through with what he says that he's going to do. And so he got to thinking about it, with his baby being there and his wife or whatever, and he decided he was going to go up to the nephew's place of employment and talk to him and try to defuse it, and it didn't go so well. He was up there talking to him, and he went to take his hands and put him up on the counter to talk to him. Well, his peacekeeper goes off in his pocket. So now he's got facing like 5 felony charges. And of course, whenever it first happened, the poor guy runs. He don't stick around, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. But he does ultimately 2 days later go turn himself in. And, goes through the process of being, booked and, being arraigned here and then transferred up to Beckley to be booked into the jail there. And, he said that, when he got there, of course they put you in a holding cell or whatever, and you're there for, it seems like ever, and, let's see. He said that once he got through the intake and the processing, that all he done was ask for a copy of the jail handbook, So he could have it to know what time, he could use if there was certain times they could use the phones or whatever, so he could call his wife, check on the baby and everything, and said that the CEO's act like, it's kind of a big deal to give him a copy of the jail handbook, which I thought that when you was being, processed into the jail that they're supposed to give you a copy, but who knows? Let's see. Trying to get to where talks about him being when he gets up there to the jail. Oh, okay. It was on the page. This one. I don't know. This is gonna blow y'all's mind. I'm telling you. Now, some of the stuff that he is saying, I know for a fact is true because he's not the only person that I've heard it from. You know what I'm saying? So, now some of it, I don't know, but allegedly, here's what happened. I'm not saying it's true and I'm not saying it's false, but, some of it I do know is true because I've been told by several people, and several, if they don't know each other, they're not going to be able to lie to me, or, put the stories together so they can lie or whatever. But, okay, that right there is not important. But anyways, alright, so he's at the jail, and he's went through his booking, and went through processing and his intake. And, he asked for the handbook, and of course, they get a little shitty with him or whatever. And he don't pay no attention to it, he tries to let it go or whatever. And, he said that, what gets me is, sorry, I know I'm getting off track, but if you've never been to jail, or you've never been to that specific jail, because not all jails are run the exact same, wouldn't you want a copy of the jail handbook just to know certain things, maybe about the programs that you can do to get out earlier, or, what I'm saying? Or, a job program maybe that you can get on later on. But he said they just act like it was a hassle for them to give him a copy. Oh shoot, hold on. Can I do that? Okay. He said that he asked for the handbook, and when he did that, that they kind of just started acting some type of way, toward him or whatever, and said that once I guess they finally did give him a copy of the handbook or whatever, and then a couple hours later they came back to get him to take him from holding to his assigned pod and cell. And he said that when they did, that for his safety and, everything, to keep anything from going crazy, that he was making sure that they was doing what they was, doing things the way that they should. They was said that they were supposed to be done through the handbook or whatever. Well, of course, these correctional officers want to act like they know everything, and, they don't want you telling them how to do their job or whatever. And who knows, this could be the young man's first time ever in jail. Nobody knows, or don't know yet anyway. And, sorry. He said, that he made sure that just so that he felt more comfortable that they was following procedure. And he said, as they was walking him to his pod, that they started belittling him and degrading him and making, racial slurs at him using the hard R, and making explicit remarks about his man bits, if you get what I'm saying. Which I think, in my opinion, that should be a sexual harassment charge on their part, But But who am I to say anything? I don't, I'm nobody. So, um, yeah, he said, they was making explicitives about the size of his twig and his berries, and that one of the captains actually told him that if this was 2009, that he would wipe the floor with him. And but why? What 2009 got to do with wiping the floor with somebody? If you're gonna do it, do it. Don't say that you would do it. I mean, but like I said, everything is allegedly. I'm just telling y'all what he's told me, and well, what his wife has told me, and so he says, they start doing that. And I guess they finally get him over to the pod and everything, and get him in there, and they're still, belittling him and degrading him or whatever. And one of them told that they was going to control alt delete him if he kept trying to tell them how to do their job or something of that effect. So, he goes in his cell and everything, gets his stuff situated, and he said after a little bit, everything calmed down there for a little while, and at some point, I guess he asked them, he needed something or something, and he asked somebody several times, within, I guess, a few hours or whatever, if, maybe he needed to see, I don't even know, he could have been, need to see a nurse or something, I don't know. But it kept being ignored, so, he admits to flooding his cell, and, once you flood your cell, that's it, they're pissed. And, he said, that, he flooded his cell, and, at several times of asking them for help or whatever, because he knew that's how he would get their attention. And this is what's making me think that the boy's never been to jail before, is because he's doing all the things that we already know that is a no-no, I mean, he's saying things, he's doing things that anybody that's been to jail before or been to that jail would know that's a no-no. That you just don't do it. Hey, Mark, Bob, I love you. Hope you and sis are doing good. Okay, that sounds good. But, okay, so he says, he floods his cell or whatever, and, well, you know what happens when you flood your cell. The whole damn jail's mad at you. They're going in, they cutting off your water and everything. You ain't gonna have no water to brush your teeth, drink nothing. That's what's up. I told you everything was gonna be alright, that she was gonna be fine. It was just, sometimes those tests come back with a false positive or a false, screw up, more or less, and it scares you to death, but I totally understand. I'm glad that, everything's getting back to normal for y'all, though, because I know exactly what y'all was going through for those few weeks. But, give me a second, guys. Alright, but anyways, he said that, after he flooded his cell or whatever, of course, they came down and was, talking crap to him or whatever. I don't think they laid their hands on him, and I don't know if they have up to this point or not. But okay, so after they get it all cleaned up and everything, and he said that for 2 days after that happened, that they withheld his trays. So not only did he not have no running water in his cell for those 2 days, he had nothing to drink or eat for 2 days. So it finally got to the point the only choice that he had, if he wanted something to drink, was to drink it from the toilet bowl. Which is sad. Oh, I can imagine, Mark Bub. I can imagine. I mean, I was worried about it. I also had false positives to come back, but I've also had a real positive to come back and have to go back and have cancer cells cut off my cervix. And that's not fun. But, so, so here the poor guy is, he's in his cell, and I'm pretty sure that by now they've moved him down to solitary. And, so when you're in solitary, you're in the pickle suit. You ain't got no drawers, no clothes. You just in this little pickle suit. That's all it is. You're just fly, letting everything hang out. But yeah, I said that he didn't eat for 2 days, and that there was no water in his running through his cell, so poor fella had to allegedly drink from the toilet. And he said, that he woke up and noticed that everybody that was over in solitary had been moved. He was the only one left in that area. And he said that there was like 8 correctional officers standing at his cell door, calling him names, the N-word, and making more explicitives about his man bits or whatever you want to call them. And he said, but at that point that he realized that everybody had been moved is whenever he really got scared. He said that he really thought that's whenever something was going to happen. And, so, of course, they got him riled up, which what man wouldn't get pissed off when there's other dudes there making fun of your goods, you know what I'm saying? Why are you even looking at his goods? I mean, if you've done a strip search him, you have no reason to be looking at his bits. Evidently they was liking what they was seeing. Hey, Chrissy, sissy, hope you're doing good. But like I said, this doesn't surprise me because a lot of this I have heard. And, poor guy, he's probably better off not eating the food, because they came in and tested that food and found semen in it, for better words, Not only did they find that in there, but they had found that it was molded. Some of it had maggots in it. Some of it, was rotten. At one time, I think they said they had 15 cells on one part of the jail that had no running water, no working toilets, or anything. You're exactly right, bub. Yep. That's what I told his wife. I said, if you're doing video visits with him, or, because she went for a in-person visit, through the glass, yesterday, and her next one's going to be on, his tablet or whatever. I told her that I would record it. That way, if there's any bruises or if they beat him or anything, she's got documentation of when he called and what he looked like at that time. I'm gonna tell you what, your word's worth a hell of a lot more than 90% of theirs, and I'll put that on anything. But yes, he said that, they was continue to degrade him or whatever, and said that, when she got there yesterday, she said that he told her, not to worry about him, that he wasn't so much worried about the correctional officers jumping him anymore, that he was more worried about the inmates now doing it, because he had heard rumors that they was going to. And, a lot of times, if you don't have no beef with anyone that's in that facility, or know anyone that's in there or whatever, why is anybody going to want to fight you? You know what I'm saying? Unless you've done something to them, or if you've got bad charges. And first thing I think of is that, the CEOs has put these guys up to jump this poor boy when if they get the chance. But it's and not only is this happening right now, but 19 days ago they had a 19-year-old female pass away in their facility. 19 years old this little girl was, still a baby. So they found her unresponsive, but there was no altercation or anything like that that led to her passing away. But she didn't have no health problems or nothing before she went to the jail, before she was arrested and took there. Exactly, exactly, and that's what I tell everybody. I don't get on here to talk about just to talk about it. I get on here to put out there what they're not telling everybody. They're only telling you what they want you to know. And this, is what's really going on inside this facility. I mean, and 15 people, I'm sorry, passed away in 2020 alone. 15 people. Not counting the ones that passed away that wasn't in the actual facility when they passed away. Because if you're not in the actual facility and you pass away, but you're still in their custody, your name don't get added to that list. You're not even a number on that list. You're just ghost. Oh dang, I done ran everybody off, haven't I? I think it's just me and you, Tashanka. Somebody else must be live. But that's alright, I don't care. They'd be alright. I just want to get to this young man's story out there, just everybody, where I've been, going over my son's story. I want to take a break from his for a few minutes and, tell this guys. Oh, hey, Sissy, it's not even showing there. It's now it's showing you. I don't know. I don't know, bub. I'm good at running people off. So they say to our faces, Bubba. So they say to our faces, which I don't give a shit. Who likes me and who don't. But don't kiss my ass to my face and then talk shit about me behind my back. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, and, and the day before this, actually, the day before, oh, I'm alright, Anna, sis. I'm fine. The day before that they made the announcement that the 19-year-old had passed away, they made a public announcement that, they was fully staffed. They didn't have one opening for anybody else at that jail. That they was letting the National Guard go because they wasn't no longer needed. The very next day, they're coming out and saying his little 19-year-old girl's passed away at the facility. Oh yeah, I'm fine, sis. I got a little bit of a sore throat though, I ain't gonna lie. Hear my scratchy throat, that's why I keep drinking. Hey Jamie. Yeah, I have been doing them long, Jamie, honey, about 3-4 weeks, I guess. Missing a couple, I've missed a couple of weeks, but you doing all right? My hair's driving me crazy, guys. I gotta pull it, do something with it. Hold on, guys. I got a hair that was stuck inside my earbud. I will, sis. Thank you. But, I just hated that this little 19-year-old girl had to lose her life up there. I mean, I know my son lost his life, and, uncounted, at least 150, 160 that's documented have lost their life since 2015, I believe it was, is what I was reading. And that's a lot, in my opinion, of deaths at one facility. And 15 of them was in 1 year alone. I appreciate it, Jamie, honey. But, yeah, I mean, something's got to give sometime or another. I mean, these young kids, and it's mostly young kids that's passing away at this facility. I mean, somebody somewhere's got to do something, to stop this shit from happening to these kids. Enough's enough. Exactly right, Jamie, honey. One's too many. You are exactly right. I mean, I know I've got articles say that, they've been posting through the newspapers and stuff saying that they're starting to go in unexpected and do and do inspections of the jail and talk to certain, pick out certain individuals and talk to them about how the jail's treating them and stuff. But that'll go on for about 5-6 months, and then it'll just taper off, and they'll think everybody's forgot about it. My son was 24. There's another lady that I've been talking to that's probably going to come on and tell her son's story. He was 24, and he was one of the first young ones to pass away at that facility. He was beat to death by a couple of other individuals. It doesn't surprise me, Mark, at all. It does not surprise me at all. They just we just had a news article to come out that one of the guys that had passed away there that was beat by 8 correctional officers, that one of the nurses that worked for the medical facility that was contracted through the jail offered to inject him with insulin to make his death look natural. So that they could claim natural causes as his cause of death. The fuck? I mean, no morals, and it's because they've never had to be held accountable for their actions. Yeah, they indicted these 6 or 8 correctional officers, and I'm sure they're going to indict this nurse, since this has been made public or whatever. But and when the nurse that offered to do that to that individual, now the dude that she threatened to do this to passed right after my son passed, and they actually handcuffed him and beat this guy to death. I mean, and it's documented. But they got to do something, or people's going to just get up there and protest every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Just every day, just give it hell, balls to the wall. Yeah, I'm wanting to do a protest, a peaceful protest is what they call it, at the jail. Marcus come this summer. I just got to get everything set up and figure out what all I have to do. Oh no, honey, our governor is in on this shit. I guarantee it, because I emailed the governor when this happened to my son, and all he could do was email me back, tell me he sends his condolences, and to contact the jail authority. You're the governor, motherfucker. You contact them. God, that makes me mad. Pardon my language, guys, but I cuss like a sailor. It is what it is. They actually just gave our governor here 72 hours to relinquish his helicopter because he's got so many lawsuits filed against him right now. No, because it ain't their kid. Or their brother or sister or dad or mom or, you know. Let's take their family members and not say a damn word about who them people are and throw them in up there and let's see what happens to them. And then see how they act. I bet their story would change real quick. I'd love to go in that jail for 72 hours. Would love it. They think the people there gives them hell now. They wouldn't have shit on me. You know, Mark, I might just do that because, I mean, I've got a lot of moms in my Facebook group, you know, whose kids have passed away from up there. I hadn't even thought about that. I've got a question, guys. I've been working on something, and I hadn't mentioned it to nobody until today. I mean, I've mentioned it to a couple people, but, you know, I haven't made it public on here, but, I've been working on getting addresses of people who's incarcerated that don't have, you know, nobody that writes them, don't send them cards, you know, they get no outside mail or anything. If I was to get some addresses, would anybody be interested in just sending, you know, somebody a card just to let them know, hey, you know, somebody's thinking of you, you know, keep your head up or whatever? I want to get a little group together, you know, to where we can all send, like, you know, at least one card a month out to somebody. Jamie, my email is in my bio. If you want to send me an email and everything, that way whenever we get everything started, I can send you information. But yeah, you know, I mean, especially, you know, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, any holiday or whatever, you know, I'm sure they'd love to have a card. And I mean, even if you feel like, you know, hey, maybe you want to do something for someone, whoever you're sending your card to or whatever that at that time, or, you know, maybe a few dollars on their commissary or whatever, then that's between y'all, you know. I know that they'd appreciate it. Okay, sis. I'll make sure that I check. The one email that I have in my bio right now is the email that is only used for this purpose right here. That way I don't have a million different emails from a million different, you know. But yeah, I want to, you know, I want to get, like I said, I want to get together and at least, you know, send them a card, send one card out a month or ever how many you want. If you say you want 2 addresses, I'll give you you know, addresses as they come in. So, because there's so many people that's incarcerated that don't have no family, no outside communication with anybody. They don't have nobody to call, you know, they never get a letter, they don't get no money on their books, and, you know, they have nothing. They're indigenous in there. They're having to live off the system, you know, so they only get the bare necessities. And you know, the food that the amount of food that they feed you in these facilities isn't enough for a 5-year-old, in my opinion. Excuse me, much less a grown man. You know. So you know, I mean, commissaries not isn't a want; it's a need when you're in this type of situation. Just, you almost have to have it to survive. Hey, Lonnie, how you doing, honey? But does anybody have any questions or anything that they wanted to ask about this young man that I was just telling y'all about? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, sweetie. Taking it day by day. I just find it crazy that, you know, they make an announcement one day that they're fully staffed and letting the National Guard go and that their security level is going to lower. And the very next day after they make that announcement, they're making an announcement that the 19-year-old female has passed away in their facility. What the? Let make that make sense. You know, I mean, what the heck? But I'll start getting some addresses together and everything. That way, whoever wants an address or 2 addresses or whatever, I can send them to you. You know, and if you don't want to send to the same person, you know, every time, we can just throw all the names back in and just dispute them again the next month or whenever. It's the one that I'm using for this now is Wanda7777 at gmail.com. Just finally put it down in here. Hold on. No, hold on a minute. I told you wrong, sweetheart. I told you wrong. My bad. Son of a gun. There we go. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me and listening to me complain and bitch about this facility, correctional facility that's allowing all their incarcerated people to be pretty much just, you know, taken out one by one. Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Everybody getting ready for Easter. It's what, next month? Ugh. God, this month's already going, I mean, this year's already going by pretty daggone quick. It was like New Year's was just the other day. I love y'all too. Bunches. Anna, would you be interested in sending a card out to someone that's incarcerated once a month? They don't have to be the same person every time. Oh, really, Jamie? I wonder what's going on there. I'm getting everything together now, Anna, and as soon as I get everything, all the addresses and everything together, and get it all figured out. Hopefully by April, being April, I'll have it all situated, and I can start sending out email addresses for them, and once a month send them a card or a letter or something, and uh, like I said, if you don't want to send to the same person every month, just let me know, and I'll send you a different name the next month. I just need you to send me an email so I have your email address so I can email you their address. I will do, oh honey, you better take care of yourself. You've been sick. Can't have you sick. I appreciate it, Anna. But yeah, if anybody, anybody that's interested can send me an email to that email address that I just put in the chat. And I'll put everybody's all the emails that's just for doing just wanting to do the cards, one folder, and then I'll have emails about people emailing me about the jail or whatever going to a different part of my email, so I don't get them all crazy. Whenever you send me an email, just put card for the incarcerated in the subject line. I will. There's 8 people in here and 3 people talking. Yeah, and that's counting me. Well, no, 4 counting me, but and one of the people in here is me, so there's 3 people that ain't talking. Hey, but this lurkers. Hope y'all are doing good too. Oh, okay, sis. Thank you. Hey, Glamis, sis. Oh, okay. Glamis, do you want to do the card thing that I was telling you that I was wanting to start doing? I'm starting to get addresses here and there. Yeah, you can send cards. They just can't have no perfume on them. And when you seal the card, don't lick it. Get a wet paper towel and run around the sticky thing and seal it, because now they're starting to test the envelopes that come in. So if you're on certain medications and you look at the envelope, they're going to get you for sending in contraband. So make sure that whenever you seal your envelopes, don't lick them. Okay, sis, just as soon as I get it all together and everything, I'll let you know, and I'll start sending out addresses. I just want to, make them feel like, hey, somebody does care. They might not know me, but, they thought enough of me to send me a card. Oh, cool. Yep, they're checking the glue. Because they have caught people sending in stuff on the glue. Oh, Bubba, I know that's right. You better get them dishes done, she'll get your butt. Your county don't allow cards, sis? I mean, it ain't just gonna be to jails, it's gonna be to the prisons too. But yeah, they can have cards here. It just can't have, like no Oh shoot, sorry guys, no perfume or anything like that on it, and it has to be done in black or blue ink. I think is what somebody was telling me. But I'll get everything figured out before I start giving out the addresses and stuff of the places that can receive cards and the places that can't. I mean, you don't even have to send a card. You can just send a letter. A little hey, how are you? Whatever. Well, guys, I think that does it for this live. That's all I had to talk about tonight. I just wanted to get this little guy's story out there. Yeah, he screwed up, but he did. They didn't have to hunt him down or nothing. He went and turned himself back in, and actually, he had went to the state police headquarters in my area to turn himself in, and they didn't come to the door to so he had to go across the street to the old omelet shop and have them to call the law on him and tell them to come arrest him. Now, how crazy is that? Yeah, I've been told that a whole lot, Mark Bubba. I sure have. I just couldn't imagine my baby being in there, and nobody writing him or nobody putting $5 on his book, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that I let him be incarcerated. Didn't let him call. Didn't write him or nothing. You know, and didn't help him out while he was in there. And I'd feel like the biggest piece of shit on earth. Yeah, but that's what I was telling them, Mark, that, a card or a letter, I mean, even if it's just, a paragraph, would mean more to them than anything. Because that's the only contact they're having with the outside world besides the correctional officers in that facility. You know what I'm saying? Or getting to go into the prison yard. And that's not really having contact with the outside world. You're getting to go outside and stare up at the sky or whatever. And that's. Oh, Lord, I'm going to get myself riled up and get my blood pressure up, y'all. Y'all going to see me get mad. I'm going to make myself mad. Night, Glamour Sis, love you. I will text you here in a little bit. I'm going to. Guess I'm going to call it a night, guys. I appreciate all y'all coming and listening to me tell this little guy's story and complain about this facility and how inconsiderate and pieces of shit some of these fuckers are that work at these facilities. Love you too. I'm gonna try to go live every Saturday from here on out, around 8:30 or around between 8 and 10. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I love you. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Yeah, exactly, Mark. As long as you ain't out here sniffing diapers or putting your hands on elderly people or dragging a woman behind the building over there and trying to make her do things she don't want to do, then I don't give a damn what you do or what you did. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Jamie. I look forward to seeing you again. Love you, Duo, honey. I will text you too, okay? I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. I mean, if your feelings are easily hurt or you are easily offended, this is not the place you want to be. Because I don't sugarcoat nothing. I tell it like it is, and that's just the way it is, and the way it's going to be. And if you can't handle it, this is not going to be a place that you want to come hang out and listen to. So I'm just letting it be known right now because I'm I'm blunt to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I speak what I'm thinking, and there's no filter to filter and say, hey, you shouldn't say that. And I'm just as surprised what comes out my mouth as you are whenever I say it. I appreciate it, Mark, honey. I really do. You've helped me more than what you know. Just talking to me some days, whenever we message back and forth, means a lot. Because the last 4 years have been hell. Yeah, Jamie, I've always been like this, though. I've always spoke my mind, and I just, I don't sugarcoat it. If that's how it happened, that's how I'm going to tell it to you. That's what I was thinking too, Mark. That I was hearing or read it or something that they had to be allowed male. You already know, Glamacist. You know I'm gonna talk my shit. It's what I'm best at. Well, heck yeah, I'm glad that you said that. I'm gonna remember that, and I'm gonna let everybody know too. Whenever if they start getting cards back or whatever, they have to accept those cards or letters. Yeah, right. Fuck, I get tired beating around the bush. My mouth gets tired just trying to beat around and say it in a nonchalant kind of way. Or sneak a little diss in there to somebody or something on the slide. I ain't know if I got something to say, I'm gonna freaking say it. I mean, don't give no damns. Oh, I ain't never gave a damn what anybody's thought of me. Ever since I was a little bit, I can remember telling people I didn't care what somebody said or whatever. My my fucks was nowhere to be given back then. you know, I I'm I'm the person that roots for all the underdogs. If somebody's being bullied or beat down, degraded, talk shit about or whatever, then that's the person I'm going to root for and encourage. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go and condone somebody putting somebody down and just digging their claws into them and not letting up and letting these people letting them breathe. Like no, I'm going to step up and I'm going to say something. That's me, Jamie. I don't give no damns. My give a damns really got busted when I lost my son, though. That's when they all the final few little crumbs of my give a damns was swept away. Right, Mark? I'm glad to see all y'all come hang tonight, though, for real. I enjoy, talking with y'all and putting out there what needs to be put out there. There's more that I could have put out there tonight, but I'm not willing to risk his freedom for me to put something out there right now with him still fighting this case. That's why I didn't use any names. It was always he or she or the wife. And the stuff that I spoke on about the nurse at the jail or stuff, it's public knowledge. You can type it in. Nurse at Southern Regional Jail offers to give inmate insulin that passed away, and it'll pop right up. So I'm gonna go, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and listen to me jab my jaws for a few minutes and talk about nonsense. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it up, Jamie. And I have 2 other lives on my channel too that I've done in the past few weeks. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a second. Yeah, I've got your phone number, Mark. But I'll send you a text to make sure you have mine. Oh yeah, I've never felt any type of pain in my life, and I had 3 kids, no medication or nothing, and 2 I had to be knocked out for because I was emergency C-sections. But and that didn't compare to this. I've lost my grandmother that I was close to, my cousin, an uncle. It don't compare to. Don't touch it. I can't even put into words the pain. How bad the pain is. Well, y'all have a good night. Yeah, I've got to go too. I'm gonna go play with this fur baby for a little bit and let him waller all over me. Yeah, I'll start letting everybody know that too around here, because I'm pretty sure that somebody was asking me the other day if they could keep him, not give them their mail or whatever, or hold it and give it to them later. And I told them that I didn't think so, but I wasn't for sure that I'd have to find out. So yeah, I wish I could have been the one locked up instead of my son. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'd much rather it been me than him. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. That's awful. Yeah, but if losing a child that you pretty much probably consider yours and you love like yours is going to be just about the pain that you would feel if you lost one that was your biological. I'm not going to say that it would be as bad, but I'm sure it's close. Love its heart. That's awful. No parent should ever have to bury their child. Never. They should be putting us in the ground. Everybody's pain is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, no 2 people's pain. I lost my son while he was incarcerated. And my pain might not be, anything like one of the other ladies that's lost their child while they was incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Because all of our pain's different. None of us feel pain the same. None of us cope the same. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never going to say my pain was worse than anybody else's, because I don't know. I can't feel what, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're feeling or whatever. I mean, I could feel their energies or whatever, but I'm still not going to be able to tell me if my pain was worse than theirs or theirs was worse than mine. But I can sit there and cry with them, or scream or whatever. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to go and eat and play with the fur baby and Probably. Oh, it's only 10:30, so I won't go to bed for 12 more hours. I don't sleep at night. No, I wouldn't want anybody to go through what I'm going through, or no parent that's lost a child or whatever. It's a pain that's indescribable. I have to. I kept saying I have to go there. I was going to go, but all right, I'm gonna go so that you can go get you some sleep. Night, guys. I appreciate everybody that came, and I will see y'all Saturday. Anywhere between, I'm gonna say between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. I'll be live, and I'll try to make a post saying that I'll be live in like 30 minutes before I'm want to actually go live, so everybody, maybe everybody will get it. Everybody have a good night and a safe week. And please, whatever you do, don't get locked up. We've got people here losing their lives. They haven't even made it to court yet. Haven't went to their first court date. And, they didn't make it out of jail. God, my glasses are crooked, guys. But, and where's that fair? They haven't even been found guilty yet. But they find it that they're going to play God, or they're going to, choose whose turn it is tonight to go. Aw, thank you, Duo. You're beautiful too, sweetheart. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I'll text you in a few minutes, okay? Everybody have a good night. I love y'all. And stay out of trouble, please. Don't let me get on here and one of y'all be behind the walls there. But alright, guys, y'all have a good night. I appreciate all of y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. And if anybody has any questions or anything, put it in the comments in my community, and I'll try to answer some next week. Bye. Oh, shoot, I'll later. Are you gonna